Am I the a-hole for refusing to help cook after my wife canceled my catering order? This weekend my wife and I are hosting a retirement party for my mom. We are expecting around 20 people. We are splitting the cost of food and beverages with my brother and his wife. During the planning process, I told everyone that I wanted to get the event catered so that no one had to spend a bunch of time in the kitchen cooking for 20 people. Everyone agreed this was a good idea and I told them I would take care of it. I placed the catering order last weekend. My wife and sister-in-law have been handling the logistics, and when I told them the cost of the catering, about $300, my sis-in-law made a comment about that being too high. I told her it comes to about $15 per person, which is basically getting everyone fed for the price of a fast food combo meal, but with much better food. Sis-in-law said that we could save a lot of money if we just cooked ourselves instead. The reason cost is an issue for sis-in-law is that they just welcomed their second child 2 months ago and I guess they are feeling a bit pinched financially. I explained to sis-in-law again my reasoning behind wanting it catered because I don't want anyone to be burdened with cooking for a large group and that I will gladly pay a bit more than our fair share if that makes her feel better. That seemed to ease her mind. Unbeknownst to me, sis-in-law and my wife continued talking about it, and sis-in-law had taken it upon herself to plan an entire meal that we would cook ourselves for half the price of the catering order. Without discussing anything with me, they decided to cancel the catering order and just cook ourselves. My wife told me this last night. When my wife told me their plan, I asked them who would be doing the cooking and she said me and her because sis-in-law and my brother would probably have to be watching their kids. I told her that since she and sis-in-law made this decision on their own, I am not going to help with the cooking at all. I said I would gladly watch the kids while my wife and Sil cook the entire meal for everyone. She told me that I am being a jerk and sexist if I think that I can just refuse to help and make the women do all the cooking. I told her that she and sis-in-law are the ones who went behind my back and canceled the catering order so they get to be the ones who figure the new plan out, but I'm not helping. When my wife told me their plan, I asked them who would be doing the cooking and she said me and her because sis-in-law and my brother would probably have to be watching their kids. I told her that since she and sis-in-law made this decision on their own, I am not going to help with the cooking at all. I said I would gladly watch the kids while my wife and Sil cook the entire meal for everyone. She told me that I am being a jerk and sexist if I think that I can just refuse to help and make the women do all the cooking. I told her that she and sis-in-law are the ones who went behind my back and canceled the catering order so they get to be the ones who figure the new plan out, but I'm not helping.
Not the a-hole. She canceled the catering order, so she gets to cook. Has nothing to do with her being female. She and sister-in-law made a choice that affects everyone else.
Exactly this, you're not the a-hole but your wife is being a major one. I understand if she wants to do what's best for your sis-in-law, but she needed to discuss it with you and not make the decision and then expect to force you to help out. This is on her and sis-in-law to take care of now.
I've been a literal cook, professionally, in my day. This is like canceling the pizza order cause it's too much money and we can just ask someone to cook up some burgers and dogs instead. What? Sure, I guess. Don't ask me to run the effing grill though. The worst way to run a food operation is to say, someone besides me will figure that out. If you want to run it, grab the clipboard, coach.
Not the a-hole. The entire point of catering was to free the hosts from having to spend time cooking and away from just enjoying the evening. It's particularly rude since they cancelled because of the sister-in-law's money problems. But sister-in-law still gets out of doing anything and still saves her money. Is the only one getting screwed.
Not only that, but he offered to watch the kids so sis-in-law can help cook. Another reasonable solution. And he would have been well within his rights to not offer that either. Also, watching kids is typically seen as a job for the women, so the sexism argument doesn't hold.
Not the a-hole. $300 for 20 people is a really good price and you offered to pay more. They made their bed, now they have to cook in it.
$300 for 20 people is a steal because that includes labor, transportation, and food costs. The caterer would generally be getting better pricing on food versus wife and sister-in-law purchasing stuff at the grocers. I could be wrong, but based on local prices, wife and sister-in-law could be spending almost the same on purchasing the food themselves as they would on the caterer, but now with twice the cleaning.